Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the MLB Standings Week 25. Where this week was played with the Week 25 or MLB 2024 regular season to tonight finish with the game between the Atlanta Braves against the Los Angeles Dodgers, where the Los Angeles Dodgers won the game 9-2 against Atlanta, where they scored 7 games in the 9 innings. So and tomorrow we'll start tomorrow we'll start the week 26, and there is just 2 more weeks of games in the regular season, and in 2 weeks or 2 weeks for now we'll start the postseason. So like the last 24 videos, I'm going to talk about how are the MLB standings are in both leagues, American and National Leagues. So let's start with American League, the East Division. We're in the East Division for 3 consecutive week. The New York Yankees are leading the division with a record of 87-63. In this moment, they have 3 game advantage against the second place. They are the Baltimore Orioles with a record of 84-66. In this moment, the Orioles are the best wildcard team, and in this moment, the Tampa Bay, and the Toronto are trying to enter to the playoffs. They are in the chase to enter to the playoffs because in this moment they are there, but it looks very difficult that they can enter. To be honest, because there is just 2 more weeks of games. The Boston are 4.5 games behind the Minnesota Twins. They are the last wildcard team, but it looks very difficult. So in this moment, how I told you, the Yankees are the best team in this moment in the East Conference and the best team in the American League. In this moment, they have the number 1 set, and the Baltimore Orioles are in this moment the best set, the number 1 set as a wildcard team. So these 2 teams are fighting to win the East Division and the first place in the wildcard. In the Central Division, the Cleveland Guardians are still leading the division. I have been told you, I have told you the Guardians have been leading this division since May or June. They have 4 game advantage against the Royals. That in this moment the Royals looks the only threat that can avoid that the Guardians win this division. And the Minnesota Twins in this moment have a record of 79-70. In this moment they are the last spot they are the last wildcard team in this moment in the American League, and the Detroit Tigers are in the chase to enter to the playoffs as a wildcard team, and the Chicago White Sox are the worst team in this moment in the league. They have a record of 35-115. How I told you, in this moment the Kansas City and the Minnesota Twins are the second and third wildcard sport team. In this moment these 2 teams are qualified, and the Detroit Tigers are in the chase to enter to the playoffs. So in my opinion, if you ask me, I think that the Orioles and the Royals are in the playoffs, and there is just 1 spot free to enter to the playoffs. The last spot that it will be play or fight between the Twins, Tiger, and Mariners. And in the last division, the West Division, the Houston Astros are leading this division. They have been leading this division since the middle of July. They have a record of 81-68. They have 4.5 game advantage against the Seattle Mariners. That in this moment they are trying to win this division. It looks very difficult because there is just 2 more weeks of games, like 10 to 12 games to play. It looks very complicated, but it's not possible. The reigning champion team, the Texas Rangers, are almost eliminated, if not eliminated, and the Athletics and the Angels are eliminated. So the Seattle Seahawks are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. It looks difficult, but they still have possibilities. And in the National Division, in the National League, in the East Division, the Philadelphia Phillies in this moment have the best record in the National League and in the MLB with a record of 90-59. They have an easy lead against the Atlanta Braves and the Mets in the East Division, and the most probable is that the Mets are going to win this division maybe this next week, because there is just left like the 10 to 12 games. So if they win like the 3-4 more games, or the Braves and the Mets lose 3 or 4 games, the Phillies are going to win this division. The Braves and the Mets in this moment, they are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, they are in. How I told you, the Philadelphia Phillies in this moment are the number 1 set in the National League, the best record in the MLB. And the Atlanta Braves and the Mets in this moment are in the playoffs. They have the Both teams are tying the tier spot in the wild card in the National League. I don't know what is going to happen. I think the most probably is that these two teams are going to will play 163 games, 163 games to define who is going to get the tier spot in the wild card. The National, the Marlins are eliminated. In the Central Division, the Milwaukee Brewers have an easy league. They have a record of 86-63. In this moment, they are the tier set in the National League, and the most probably is that this next week, like the same that the Phillies are going to win the Central Division because they have an easy lead, 10 or 12 games. So I think that the Brewers just need one or two more victory to win this division. In this moment, the Chicago the Chicago Cubs, Cardinals, and even the Reds are trying to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, they are in the hunt, but it looks very difficult because you can see here that the Cubs have 5 games behind the Mets, Cardinals 7, and Reds 9. So it looks very difficult to enter to the playoffs. If you asking me, I think that the spots are defined, and the only that need to is in fight is to define who will be the last spot to enter to the playoffs in the National League. And the Pirates are eliminated in the last division. The Los Angeles Dodgers have a record of 88-61. They have 3.5 game advantage against the Pirates and 5 game advantage against the Diamondbacks. Remember that the Dodgers have been leading this division since April or May. I don't remember, to be honest. And they have the second best record in the National League and in the MLB. So they just need. I think that the most probably is that this division will be defined in the last week of the regular season because it's very close. So if the Dodgers have a bad week the next week and the Padres and the Diamondbacks have a great week, maybe the Padres or the Diamondbacks can take the first place and the Dodgers can fall to the second or third place. In this moment, the Padres and the Diamondbacks are the first and second wildcard team, respectively. The Padres are the best wildcard team in this moment, and the Diamondbacks are the second best wildcard team. The most probably they are going to qualify. The San Francisco Giants are in the hunt, but it looks very difficult. The most probably they are going to be eliminated in the next week, and the Rockies are eliminated. So you can see here that the Padres and the Diamondbacks are the one or second wildcard team. The Braves and the Mets are playing in the tier place. And how I told you, in my opinion, the places are defined. The Padres and the Diamondbacks are going to qualify to the playoffs as a wildcard team, and the only that is in game is define the tier place in the wildcard spot between the Braves and the Mets. In the rest of the teams are eliminated. So in this video, I talk about how are the MLB standings are through our 25 weeks of game in the MLB 2024 regular season. So this is all for tonight. See you next video. Chibra.